Alright guys, back again. So what I did since the last video is I just put this outer clutch cover on. It's just 4 screws and a gasket. I mean, it's simple enough. Pretty sure you can figure that out. I'm gonna start getting more descriptive with my videos, so don't worry. This is just the easy stuff, you know. I should have done the water pump, how the O-ring goes in, but it's literally just an O-ring under this cover. That's all you gotta do. And now we're moving on to this side. Now this is where it might get a little confusing. This is the clutch. I'm gonna just call it the slave cylinder. I'm pretty sure that's close to the correct name. This is what it looks like, if you're wondering. Now in your gasket kit, if you got a complete gasket kit like I did, you're gonna get 3 of these. Now this is really thin, this one's thick, and this one's in the middle. This all adjusts how much, I guess you could say it's more of like when you want it to grab. I don't really know how to explain it much better, but I'm going to be using the one in the middle, and I mean, yeah, the middle thickness, and that's what I'm going to be using for mine. So I'm just going to throw that gasket on there, and I don't have the line to this hooked up or anything. I still have to bleed it and everything, but I'm just going to hang this on here, and you're going to kind of push this into the hole because it's going to be sticking out. You might have oil spewing everywhere after you do this. Sorry if, you know, the camera's a little crooked or anything, but I lost my camera guy, so I'm doing this by myself. Now, just gonna put these bolts in. And as you start screwing these in, it's gonna start sucking this whole thing down. Let me try and put you guys here, with hopes that you're going to be able to see something. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to kind of see what I'm doing right here. I'll move down a little bit more. If you can't, just bear with me. This will only take a couple seconds. I'm just screwing this on. It's fairly simple. I mean, really not much that I can explain what's going on here, except for I'm screwing in the clutch actuator. And this one, I think the previous owner of this bike stripped this screw out, but I'm going to put a longer one in to see if I can solve anything with that. If not, then I don't know. Put a longer one in, see if I can't get it to thread in. You guys are probably going to come across problems like this too, and if you do, well, I guess it's just part of having the bike. But this longer one is, I don't have the frame guards also. This longer one actually worked. I don't have the frame guards, so I don't have to screw it in through here. But now we're going to move on to something fun, I guess you can say. I'm going to be putting the flywheel and all the electrical back on. So over here, I'm going to grab my stator and the plate. I'm going to grab my flywheel and the flywheel cover I'll leave off for now. So I have all my screws and everything stuck in here. Now, here's what you're going to do first. You're going to grab your flywheel key. You're going to tuck it right in here. And just to make it go all the way in, kind of tap it with a hammer. And then you can kind of flatten that out. It's really hard to do this, especially seeing as how my hammer barely wants to fit, but we want it to look like that. Now you're going to take your stator plate, you're going to slide it on over. Right, oh, sorry. And you're going to want to line this up like this. Tuck this little piece here, you see it's grooved. That groove just tucks into the case. And now what you're going to see is there's these 2 marks right here. They're for the timing. I'm going to set mine right in the middle of them. I'm not sure what the factory specs are, but you can also see screw holes. Someone had this timed incorrectly when I got it, and there was no flywheel key either, so it would not start. I've never seen this bike run, but soon I will, because I'm working on it. So I'm going to screw in these screws, but if you're wondering how to time a two-stroke, that's how you do it, right there, through those little lines. If you don't have the lines, I'll show you, because most bikes don't that I've worked on. Then you look at where you see the indents from the screw head right there. You just line those back up, and look it's going to bring me right back to there. And if I move it a little bit more, it'll bring me to the second notch where someone else had it lined up. But I'm going to put it right in the middle. This is something that you can easily readjust. It's not really a big deal. It's not very hard to do. Yeah, you got to take your flywheel off, but it's going to run as long as you have it set in between those lines, or really, really close to those lines, or on one of them. Your bike's going to run. So just bear with me. I'm setting this right in the middle. Hopefully you're still going to be able to see that. I'm going to tighten one of these down. Get it all cranked down. That way it won't move when I go to tighten the others. And again, I mean, you're tightening aluminum, so just be kind of careful. Now we're going to take the flywheel. You're going to notice there's a groove in it. You can see that groove. That's what's going to line up with the groove here. Now it's going to be hard to see, but it's manageable. So let's get this on. Now the magnets are going to suck the flywheel down, so you gotta line it up. You can see I just tapped it on. There's supposed to be a lock washer behind this, but again, the person who I got this from didn't know what they're doing, so again, we're going to take our front Loctite, shake it up a little bit, put a little bit inside of the nut. I always like to put it inside of the nut, and then screw it on. I'm pretty sure you guys can't see me. No, you can. Screwing that on, not a big deal. And I'm going to tighten this off camera, but also when I'm off camera, I'm just going to put the flywheel, or the flywheel cover back on. I mean, it's just this gasket. Oh, someone ripped mine. It wasn't me. Luckily I have a new one. And then you're just going to screw this back on. There's only 4 screws that hold this cover on, and then that's how you do that. So I'll be back with the next video. Probably be either the top end or the reeds or something. So stay in touch, stay tuned, whatever you want to do. Just some of the parts are going down, you can see. So we'll be back.